Hello, how are you guys doing? It is 12:51 a.m. on January, well, 1st going into 2nd. So, Happy New Year. I was gonna post yesterday's vlog as the first vlog of 2019, but I just left it over on last year. So today is the first vlog of 2019, third year, can't believe it. It seems crazy, talked about that last night. And I have done a whole lot of nothing today, and it has been fantastic. Alex is feeling much better today. I have been sneezing like crazy all day today, and I'm really ready to be over this cold. I've been sniffling and sneezing, and we got up today. We both slept in, and then we went to eat. He was really hungry, so well, it already fell right at the first minute. And so we were gonna go to Cheesecake Factory, but we went there and it was like a half an hour wait. It was packed. And then I was craving pasta because tomorrow I'm back, you know, on the healthy living. I have my training appointment tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And so I was like, well, do you want to go to Maggiano's? And he was like, I'm not really feeling Maggiano's. And I'm like, what do you want? And he was like, I don't know. I wanted like a burger or pizza or something. And I was like, okay. So we went to one of our favorite restaurants. It's called Puccini's. It's like a local pasta place, but they have really good pizza too. And they have like flat pizza like he likes. So he got a large cheese pizza, and I got fettuccine, and then I had a salad. And then they bring you like garlic bread and stuff. And then he got an order of cheesy garlic bread too that he dips in marinara. So, and we just kind of sat there, and it was like just really, really relaxing. Did I say already that I posted? So we posted the Q&A today. It was like all ready to go. So I posted that as soon as I got up. And then when we were at dinner, lunch dinner, he posted the picture on our new Instagram. We already have like, it's crazy, you guys. Thank you if you have followed it. I appreciate it. We already have like over 900 followers on there, which is very cool. I'm so excited about that Instagram that he and I are doing together. So yeah, go check it out if you haven't already. It's at Peter and Alex. It's listed below. And we're gonna try to post pictures on there every day. So I'm excited about that. And then let's see. And then we came home, and he fed the dogs, and I was like, do you care if I go? I hadn't seen Tanya in like 3 or 4 days. So he was just gonna lay in bed and watch TV. He was watching, I don't know what he was watching on Netflix, something. And so I went and got Tanya, and she and I took her because I brought a to-go cup of my, I don't know how I'm tired. I've been in bed literally all day. Of my Dr. Pepper, which is what I drank tonight at dinner. And then I took her to go, oh, am I like behind an Uber or something? These people are literally in like no hurry, and they're holding up traffic, and they don't even realize it because I can't get around it in this lane. Get ready, because the horns are going to start honking here in a second, because there's people behind me and they can't move because it's... Oh, and then as soon as they go, these people start walking real slow across the street. Anyway, so I took Tanya to go get a fountain pop, and then she talked to me about her New Year's Eve, and she stayed at home and played cards, and she had a blast. And then I was telling her about my New Year's Eve, and she was asking a bunch of questions, and yeah, it was fun. We just drove around for like 40 minutes, and then I called some people on the phone on my way home, and that was about it. And then I came home, and Alex was like, are you gonna make videos? And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make videos. I said, I'm gonna post that one today, because my goal, I said yesterday, was to start posting on all of my channels like every day. But he goes back to work tomorrow, and I really just wanted to kind of hang out with him and be, you know, just whatever today. So I didn't post any other videos except for the vlog today, and then starting tomorrow is my trying to get to all of that, which is going to be an interesting week, because to start that on, because Thursday I'm doing my inventory with my sponsor. So I'm going to have to like get up early and film videos, which is fine, because I love doing that. Tomorrow night, I am going to sit down and I'm going to do my entire inventory tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight and tomorrow, and I thought, no, I'm just going to do it all in one night. So I'm going to do my inventory tomorrow night so it's ready for Thursday. And then Friday, I have a bunch of things I have to do in the afternoon. So, yeah. But that's my goal. And my goal is also to live stream a lot this month too. I want to get back to live streaming. I had fun the last couple times that I got on it, and I only got on YouNow like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times in December. So this month I'm going to try to get on a lot more than that, like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah, and that's it. And then I meant to sit down last night or today and write out my goals for what I want to accomplish in 2019, and I didn't do that. So that's another thing I'm going to do tomorrow night when I'm sitting down and doing my inventory. I'm going to do that as well. I think it'll be like really like a spiritual moment for me to just kind of like, you know, get everything done at the same time, and kind of like, you know, a shedding of the past, and then like a rebirth of looking to the future, so to speak, of like, you know, the things that I want to accomplish in 2019. I did get like a new calendar book though, because you guys know I'm obsessed with like notebooks and calendar books and all this kind of stuff. So I went through and I like outlined like everything that I want to get done every day this week. Like, you know, my training tomorrow, and then videos on certain days and all this kind of stuff. And I put like my monthly goals at like right at the beginning of the month of like all, because I want to look back and see like what I accomplished this month. I really am a big believer in measurable goals. So like as far as editing and things like that for like my book, I put that on there, and I put some other goals on there and stuff too that I want to accomplish this month. We'll see. Some goals I'm sure I'll accomplish and go further than that, and some goals I won't. So, and what I mean by measurable goals, because people always ask me that, it's like to say like when I talk on here about like I want to be like in the best shape of my life, like that's not a measurable goal, because that's just like, I mean, that's defined by each person differently. So like if I said to you by, you know, December going into 2020, I want to be in the best shape of my entire life, like you might go, okay, so that means that like you've gone to a doctor and had a physical and all your tests are good, your cholesterol's good, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? Whereas for, you know, me or somebody else, it might mean, well, I fit into a pair of 32 jeans. So it's not a measurable goal. So like I went through and I kind of like started like identifying what that means for me, you know, that like I'm down to a certain weight, and that my, you know, waist size is this, and so like the physicality of it. But then I also went in there, you know, and looked at like the way that I want to be eating, and like, you know, that I want to be very like by the end of the year fruit and vegetable based, and grains, and you know, things like that, you know, nuts and grains, fruits and vegetables. That's where I really would like to be by the end of the year. And then, I mean, not completely, I'm not going to say that, you know, because I mean, you know, I love to go out to eat, but like, you know, on a daily basis that I'm not going out to eat and things like that, that's where I would really like to be. And then, and not having to try hard at it either, like it just being kind of natural, but also that like I could get up for breakfast and I could make like, you know, get like some like real granola, like real granola, you know, and then like put like, you know, I don't know, some different kinds of nuts in there, and you know, blueberries, and then, you know, maybe like put honey over it, or, you know, some kind of like almond butter or something, you know, and then like mix it all up with like almond milk or something like that. Like I would love to be able to get up and like eat like that, and yet still, because that sounds like healthy, but the reality is it's a lot of calories and it's a lot of fat still. So I mean, it's good fat and things like that, but, you know, eating that and being able to maintain my weight, and then also, you know, by medically, like, you know, when I see my doctor, being at a level where he's like, okay, you know, your tests are great, everything's great, blah, 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 whatever. So, like, from a health point of view, like, that for me is my ideal body, if that makes sense. So, you know, and also, like, I really want to keep up with my like skin regimen that I've been doing in the later part of 2018, because I've really noticed a difference with my face, especially doing all that stuff. And you know, I'm somebody that loves to go out in the sun, and so my skin is very sun damaged, and especially in the summer and things, it gets very sun damaged. And I'm not gonna stop going out in the sun because I love it, but at the same time, like, I want to maintain, like, you know, all of that. Somebody asked in the vlog last night, because yes, I do read all the comments. They said, what hydrating mask or what sleeping mask is Peter talking about? Okay, so I use 2 different kinds of sleeping masks. Well, did I just talk about this on here the other night? I'll share it again. So what I do every night is I use this eye cream around my cream. It's actually the cream that Elle sent me. It's fantastic. I cannot remember what it is called, but I'll show it in a vlog on here. I already did once, but I'll show it again. It's fantastic. I actually also put it on the crease up there in my forehead. And then I use a Jeffree Star lip scrub. And then I do, first I wash my face with Lush Kalamazoo Beard and Facial Wash, because it's just like a really kind of clean, masculine smell. I love the smell of it. I mean, it's not necessarily, I guess, have to be masculine, but it kind of smells a little masculine to me. But I like it to sleep in, because I wash my face and then I smell that. And then I put the, so after I wash my face, I put the eye cream on. Then I do the lip scrub. I'll brush my teeth, then I do the lip scrub. And then I put either, it's a Belief hydrating mask that you can sleep in, or Sephora also has these little cups that come in like they're little boxes, but you pull the cup out. And they have like 6 different flavors. They have like, the one I used last night was called Pearl. I really liked it. It was for brilliance and I think tightening or something like that of your skin. But the Belief hydrating mask is fantastic. It's kind of pricey, but it is totally worth it. You don't have to put very much on your face at all. And it dries very quickly. So I have the seat heater on, and it is so hot. And it dries really quickly, and then you can sleep in it, and it's fantastic. So I put that on, and then I use the Laneige lip sleeping mask, which I'm completely obsessed with. And then I think that's it. Everything I do on my face. Yeah, and then I spray my face either with this like MAC like face mist like primer spray, or I spray my face with this Bath and Body Works. Somebody sent it to me. I can't remember who, but I think they sent me 2 bottles of it, and it is fantastic. I love it. It's like a face and body mist. It's like lightly scented, but like not really, and it's almost kind of like a little bit of a floral scent, but it's more clean. I don't know how to explain it. It smells like this candle Ocean that I used to have from back in the day. They probably still make it from Yankee Candles, but and then I spray my face with that. And then I usually spray like the Twilight from Lush, and then I walk into it, so I kind of lightly smell like that because it has lavender in it, and it's like supposedly helps you sleep a little bit. And then the kit, I think it's Amanda maybe, that sent it to me? Well, I'm out of the pillow spray, but I still use every night the wrist stuff that you put on for lavender, because it's supposed to help you go to sleep and stay asleep. So yeah, like that's kind of my nighttime regimen. So I use the Belief hydrating mask, and you can get it at Sephora or Ulta, I think. I got it at Sephora. It's really nice. I have to say, in 2018, my 2 favorite skincare products were Tatcha. And Elle introduced me to both of these. Well, that's not true. The second one, she bought me the Tatcha lip balm, which is fantastic. It has the gold in it. But then I also love the Belief. And she sent me a huge thing of the Dream Cream. So thank you, Elle. She's so good to me. But I had gotten a little sample of the Dream Cream in like the Sephora kit, like the Points kit or whatever. Which, by the way, I'm like obsessed with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel. Like, I've got to go buy some of that because I know I'm going to run out of it, and I really like that. So yeah, that's That's kind of like what I use at night. The Sephora ones are nice too. They're like $4. Here's my thing. They're $4 for a little thing, and they're very similar to the Neutrogena hydrating masks. So if you don't want to go to a Sephora or whatever, Meijer, Target, whatever, they have these little round things, and they're Neutrogena. They're blue on the they're white, but then they blue writing, and they're Neutrogena hydrating sleeping masks. And you can just put them on your face. They smell fantastic. They are so like clean smelling. I love them. I can usually get about 3. Now you have to remember, I don't put it over my beard. So, I mean, I have a lot less skin than probably a lot of you out there do, but to cover on my face. But I can usually get about 3 uses out of the Neutrogena ones. The Sephora ones are very, very similar. They're just like I think people would probably assume they're like 1 uses, but I just close them and keep them. And they're $4, and they come in like rose, avocado, pearl. I've tried every single one of them. I can't remember one. I was really I'm not a person that loves like rose smelling, but I was kind of hoping the rose would smell a little bit stronger than it did. That is the one thing. I mean, they're nothing like super special, but if you wanted to try it, I would recommend trying that, because you could try it, you know. But if I was going to recommend somebody trying one of those, like the Sephora ones are $4, and the Neutrogena ones are, like they're like $3.30 or $2.40 or something. I mean, they're less than they're not much. And I mean, they're like probably $1 a use. And I just feel like you get more bang for your buck. I notice a difference with them more than I do. The Belief one, though, I noticed the most difference out of that. So, and you know, I am a believer that I never really thought I would say this, but in the last year, like using like higher end skincare products, I am totally a believer that you get what you pay for to some degree. Like if you spend more, and like the reality is most of us can't, you know, like I was telling Alex the other day, like, I mean, this cologne that I got, you know, like, it's the only cologne now that anybody, like if I wear anything else, nobody says anything, but whenever I wear this Creed Aventus, like people always compliment me on it, but it's like extremely expensive. You know, it's the same thing, like this Belief skincare, and Alex was like, well, you just have to make that stuff stretch out and use it. And I was like, yeah, that's true, you know. I'm thinking about actually, like, I was thinking about like starting, this is gonna sound so corny, but like starting like a fund or like whatever, where I put like 10 or 20 bucks in it a week, and then like at the end of the month, like I take that money and like that's what and like at the end of the month I just like take it out and I go, you know, like in my checking, like savings account or checking account or something. I wouldn't start a new account, but like put it in there, you know, and then at the end of the month, like, or even just in like an envelope, you know, that I would keep, and then, you know, I'd have, you know, 50 to 100 bucks at the end of the month that I could go and buy like some new product or something that I wanted to buy. Because that's the other thing, is like, here's the deal, like I don't need another lip scrub for probably 3 years. Although somebody told me the other day that lip scrubs expire after a year, but I just pulled out the Jeffree Star lip scrubs that I got from the holiday collection last year, and they're in perfect condition. So I don't know, they probably do expire after a year, and I probably shouldn't be using them, but I'm still going to use them. But like with the Belief, like I can't imagine, like as much as I have, and I've been using it now for like a month and a half, like I can't imagine needing more for another 3 or 4 months, you know what I mean? And I think it's like 40 bucks. So what is that, like $6.75 spread over like 6 months or something that you can use it? The Dream Cream from Belief is fantastic. I use that in the morning sometimes if I don't do a mask. Especially around my eyes, it's really good. Now, I don't know how much I believe in like the La Mer like $300 products. Like that's a lot of money. Like I would have to be really convinced. But to buy like a $30 or $40 product like once a month or once every other month to splurge on yourself, I mean, you know, the other thing you have to remember is I don't drink, and a lot of people like go out and spend money drinking and whatever, and I don't do that, so there's my rationalization for buying nice skincare products. But I have noticed a difference in it, you know, I really, really have. And the other thing, and this is gonna sound kind of corny, but it's so relaxing at the end of the night, like right before I go to bed, like it's after I've done my prayers and meditations and all that kind of stuff, and after I've plugged in my phone and set my alarm so I don't touch my phone after I do all this, you know, and then I go and I do all this facial stuff, and then like I go lay down, and the whole process of doing my face and using all these products, which takes me probably anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, you know, and then just kind of standing there in the bathroom and, you know, kind of thinking through my day, and then like I go lay down, and I feel like so refreshed when I lay down on the pillow. And it's really relaxing to do all of that. I am so low on gas. I didn't even realize. Does a light come on in this car if you're low on gas? I guess maybe not. I don't know. So anyway, I'm probably not going to vlog for a really super long time tonight, although I always say that and I end up doing that, but I'm at 20 minutes right now. I don't know, if I make it between 30 and 40 minutes, I'll be really happy tonight because I don't have tons to talk about, and I just spent the last 10 minutes talking about skincare products, so. Yeah, but I've kind of like been going through my head today, like thinking about like the goals I want to set for 2019, because here's the thing, like I only set 5 to 10 goals a year, okay? A couple years ago, God, I don't know how long ago this was, I had this like notebook, and I had it segmented, and I had like personal goals, professional goals, you know, physical goals, like my body outlook and things like that, you know, and I mean, I had like this thing, like it was segmented into like 10 different parts of my life, and you know, like it just was crazy. It was like so much, and it was so overwhelming to look at, and like each, you know, section had 10 or 15 goals on it, and there was recovery things I needed to do, and there was this and that, and it was like, basically what it was how Peter Monn was going to become a perfect person per his definition in less than a year. And the thing is that I'm really hard on myself about lists. So if I do that, and this is a part of why I don't do resolutions too, that if I do that and I don't meet my goals, then I'm kind of like, well, shit, you didn't meet your goals, so you're a failure. So I don't do that anymore. And when I read The Secret, so God, it would have been longer than that. That would have been like 5 to 7 years ago. I can't remember when I read The Secret. It's been a while though, because my friend Brittany recommended it to me. And I read it the same year that I read The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, which is a fantastic book as well. That's going to be one of my like side goals this year. One of my reading goals is that I want to read kind of a self-help book. One self-help book a month for the year, because that's 12 books to like improve your life. And when I say a self-help book, that could be anything from somebody's memoir of like something they've gone through to like, you know, like one of those books you buy somebody for graduation. I have actually 2 books out on my counter right now. One is the one that I bought at Meijer that night with Tanya. That's about a retired Army general, and it was like the graduation speech he gave somewhere, and it was something about make your bed, always make your bed, I think is what it's called. I want to read that, so that's going to be my January book. Or Alex, this is so funny, because when I was in Urban Outfitters the other day, I ran into a good friend of mine that's in, goes to meetings with me, and she's been sober forever, and she and her daughter were in there. I was like, what are you doing? She was like, we're going to Cheesecake Factory, and we're waiting for my son, and she was like, but he's not here yet, and she was like, we didn't have to wait at all, or something like that, I can't remember, but anyway, so she was like, so we're just looking around, and I go, like, she just is not somebody that you would imagine being up in Urban Outfitters and shopping for clothes, you know, and I said, kind of surprises me to see you in here, because I love their books. And I was like, oh my God, I love their books too. I said, Alex always gets me books from Urban Outfitters for like birthday, Valentine's Day. He didn't for Christmas this year, it's kind of strange. But anyway, because they have like the best books in there. Oh, hold on a second. It's gonna stop. Okay. Like 2 of the books that I want to read this year, and I have actually both of them on Audible. I got the one I got on sale was called How to Unfuck Your Life. Have you guys heard of this? It's supposed to be fantastic. It's been on the bestseller list forever. And he has a couple other books out now too. But the second one is called You Are a Badass. I just saw them all. She has like 4 books out now, and I saw them all at Barnes & Noble the other day when I was in there. But I've heard great things about those books, so I'm going to read those. But the 2 books that I want to read right now, Alex, the second one, Alex got for me at Urban Outfitters for something, and it's called What Successful People Do That Unsuccessful People Don't, I think is what it's called. And it's really short. It's less than 100 pages. And it's like, each chapter is like a story. And so I want to read that one. I also want to read the one about the guy that, like, something like he quit his job and started, somebody will know what I'm talking about on here, and he started, like, working at Starbucks or something, like, to, like, simplify his life. It's something about Starbucks, and I have it in my basement. I want to read that. And then I think I want to reread the Tao of Pooh this year, too. Like, if you've never read the Tao of Pooh, you have to read it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best books ever in the world. So, I'm not real into reading, like, I'm not opposed to, like, deeply metaphysical books, but they kind of go over my head a lot, to be honest with you, unless I'm just listening to them. Actually, this girl that I was talking to last night, she recommended this YouTube channel to me called Abraham Hicks. Do you guys know who this is? Supposedly some woman, I, like, subscribed to her, and I mean, I just last night did, and then I, like, screenshot her channel because I wanted to go back and watch her videos. She said she's, like, religious, spiritual, but apparently she okay, so her name is not Abraham. Her name is something else, but she channels this Abraham. I don't know if it's Abraham from the Bible or if it's, but anyway, and then, like, she channels this Abraham guy and whatever, and so we were talking about psychics and stuff. Like, you cannot listen. If you meet me in person and we sit there and talk for longer than 10 minutes, we're gonna get to the topic of psychics at some point. So anyway, yeah, so that was, those are the books that I want to read maybe in January. One of those I gotta pick. The other thing is that self-help books that are short like that, like, you can just, like, fly through them, you know? I love to just go to, like, I don't typically get them at Barnes & Noble. I got stuck in the Harry Potter section at Barnes & Noble the other day. Like, the collectibles, oh my God, the wands and the cards and the candy and all that, it's so expensive, first of all. And I'm just like, oh my God, there are so many things that you could, like, own and collect and whatever. But, I was talking to our waitress about it tonight because she had a Hogwarts t-shirt on, and I said, are you a huge Harry Potter fan? She goes, yeah, my husband and I are both huge Harry Potter fans. She was like, we've been to Harry Potter World like 3 times or something. I was like, oh my God, I want to go, but I want to wait till I finish the books. And she said, yeah, my mom and dad were huge Harry Potter fans, and this really dated me, okay? That she's the child of 2 people that were Harry Potter fans, like when they were younger, you know? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so old. So anyway, so she said when I was growing up, she was like, I wasn't allowed to watch the movies until we read the books together first. So I had to read all of the books with my parents before I could watch the movies. And she's like, the books are so much better than the movies. And she was like, except for the first 2. And then she said something about them having a different director than the rest, which I didn't know, because I'm not like, I'm not a Potterhead. I don't understand all that stuff. But I might be, because I'm getting close to the end. I said to her, what's your favorite book? She goes, oh, the last one. It ties everything together. And she goes, and it will be yours too. She didn't even say that, like, with a question. She's just like, it will be yours too. And I said, oh, okay. I guess so. So anyway, but I don't typically go to Barnes & Noble and buy self-help books. I typically go to Half Price Books, and, like, their self-help section, it's like motivation, self-help, meditation books, addiction books, you know, trauma, everything all together. It's this huge section, and I literally, like, they have some of it spaced apart, like addiction books and stuff, but then sometimes I find, like, addiction memoirs in other areas, but it's all in this big section, and I literally just go through, and I just, you know, see, like, what I can find, and if something sticks out to me, like, by the title of it, or the cover. You know when they say don't judge a book by the cover? Is that not so funny? I cannot tell you how many books I picked just for the cover alone. That's actually on BookTube, like, kind of a big thing. Like, that's always a question on, like, a lot of tags. Like, that's always a question on a lot of tags. That's often a question on book tags, is what's a book you bought just for the cover? Like, because I buy books all the time for just the covers. And then there are other people on BookTube that are, like, obsessed about, like, collecting, like, all of the, like, you know, like, a book will be released, and then it'll be released with all these covers, and then it'll come out with these covers, and then there's UK releases, and they want, like, every copy of every cover, which I think is kind of cool, you know? It's just a lot to move from. I mean, if I knew I was going to be in the same house for the rest of my life, like, I would never throw a book away. I would never. I would save every book I had. But if you've moved more than once and you had a lot of books, what you know is that books are a lot to move. And then you move them, and then they sit there in a box, and 5 years later, you're like, yeah, this copy of John Grisham's The Rainmaker that I said I was going to read 10 years ago, I still haven't, and now I've moved it from 3 places. You know what I mean? Like, it's stupid. So, but I have kind of a really hard time giving up books. Although I haven't had a hard time in the basement, like going through the books and like getting them all together and stuff, which I need to take those to Half Price Books, by the way. I didn't even realize that was a funeral home over there, and then I saw a hearse, and immediately I went to the movie in my mind. What is that movie with the ball? It takes place in a mortuary. You guys know what movie I'm talking about? The guy with the white hair, not Poltergeist, but he looks like the guy in Poltergeist 2, kind of, but it's not him. What? Phantasm. Did you guys ever see that movie? Oh my god, that was such a scary movie. But like when I drove by and I just saw that like hearse sitting there, I was like, which is not supposed to be good luck, but I was like, oh, that looks like Phantasm. Do you guys remember that movie? I'm gonna use my lip gloss. My lip gloss be popping. It's not really lip gloss, it's lip maximizer. This is fantastic, though, this Dior Lip Maximizer. It looks like it would be colored, do you see? But it's not. Do you see that? Tanya's like, no, it's red. I don't want it. I go, Tanya, it matches the color of your lips. She goes, no, I'm good. I go, you don't trust me. She started laughing. She's like, yes, I do. I go, then use it. She goes, no, I don't want any color on my lips. I go, Tanya, it's not any color on your lips. So anyway, yeah, so I'll go to Half Price Books, and I'll, like, look through the section, and I'll be like, oh, I want this book, or I want that book, or, you know. That's how I find, like, a lot of the meditation books I read and stuff like that. Although I don't need any more meditation books right now, unless it's something phenomenal that really stands out to me, like, I have to have this book. But I can't imagine what that would be. I'm like wondering if, like, I'm really low on gas right now, but like no light has lit up. No light has lighted up. No light has lit up. You know, I don't know which one is grammatically correct. It's not litten. I know that. That's completely wrong. The light has not come on for my gas light. There you go. I don't know how far I'm gonna make it till I need gas, but I'm kind of like, I wonder if I'll make it to this gas station that I always go to where I get 3 cents off a gallon. Now, have you ever done this before? Like, you know, they make it sound like it's a big deal, right? But when you're getting 3 cents off a gallon and then basically you're filling your tank to, like, what is it? Like, you know, I don't even know how many gallons I have in a tank, but when you're filling it up, you're basically saving like 67 cents or something like that. It's such a waste. The reason I signed up for it was, like, they used to do this thing, which if you were a VIP member, which means that you had so many points there, that once a month or twice a month, you got 25 cents off a gallon, which now that was worth it. And so I would go there and I would say, they didn't do that anymore, they got rid of it. I'm like, whatever. I think it just got bought out anyway by another gas station, they told me, because all these people are scrambling to leave. I was in there, okay, this is so sad. So, y'all know I'm friends with all the people that work in the gas stations, okay? And this is why. Because I'm up late at night, and I'm listening to audiobooks and stuff, so, like, when I stop in, you get a fountain Coke, get a water, things like that, you know? I always end up talking to these people that work in the gas stations. Well, especially the ones that, like, are real close to me. And so, I'll, you know, go in there, like, every night, you know, for years on end. Well, this woman that has been coming there for like 3 years, this woman that's been working there for like 3 years, every night I see her. I know her kids' names, she tells me about her kids, she tells me about everything. Well, when she found out that they were getting bought out, she found another job, like, on the way other side of town, because where she lives anyway. I mean, she drives like 40 minutes just to work at this gas station. I can't imagine. She's so nice, and she's so funny, and, so anyway, she had told me she was, like, trying to get this job, and, like, how much it was, and that it was a really good job, and it had benefits for her kids. I mean, it was a great opportunity for her, right? But when I was walking out the other night, Like, she didn't say anything about it. Like, when we talked, I mean, we talked that night, too. Like, she didn't say anything about it. And then, like, I turned to leave, and, like, I was standing at the register talking to her, and, like, when I turned to leave, she goes, oh, by the way, she was like, this will probably be the last time I ever see you. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, well, she's like, this is, you know, my last night is, like, tomorrow. And she's like, then, and I was like, seriously? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I said, I'm going to miss you. I said, it's been really fun, you know, and she was like, it's been great getting to know you too, and I'll continue to, she watches my YouTube videos, she knows I vlog at night, you know, she's like, I'll continue to watch you, my girls will continue to watch you, and I went out to my car, and let me just tell you, I got so upset, like, I just, like, started crying, like, in my car. I started crying in my car, because I'm like, I don't know why, I'm just like, this is somebody that I connected with, and I have, like, this connection with, you know, and, like, I don't know, it was just so bizarre to me. I was like, I probably never see this person again. The older you get, you know, like, this stupid camera, I am so over this. I'm not over this car, let me just tell you. I like this car, but I'm not buying a new car right now, I will tell you that. Did I say that already last night? Yeah, I've decided I'm not gonna do that. Because the reality is for me to keep driving this car and just pay the minimal that I have to get. I mean, they've got it down to a little bit of where it won't cost me a ton of money, and that I can get like the major things that have to get done now, and then I can maybe like wait a month or two and like get something else, and then a month or two. So anyway, so it's not gonna be super expensive. And the reality is, if I took it in to trade it in for a car, I'm not getting shit for this car anyway. That's just gonna be the reality. So what I would rather do is drive it until I'm done paying car payments on it, and then I would like to start putting that car payment into a savings every month, or into my savings, and save that money specifically that I can put on a down payment on a car. And then, you know, if I could drive the car another 6 months or a year, then that would be a lot better for me, because I could go and get something that I really wanted to get, and that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah. What was I talking about before that? Oh, I was talking about that woman leaving. Yeah, it's just sad, you know? I feel like I've had so many people, like, coming in and out of my lives, like, people that I, you know... Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I was thinking about my friend that I talk a lot about on here that I used to live with. You know, and she and I were, like, huge drinking buddies. We were roommates. We were, like, really, really good friends. Great friends. I mean, I just can't even, like, you know, at that time, like, you can't ever imagine. It'd be like me today saying, like, there will be a day when I don't talk to Tanya at all anymore. Like, if somebody said to me, oh, like, where's Tanya? How's she doing? I'd be like, I have no idea. I haven't talked to her in, you know, 10 years. You know what I mean? I can't imagine. I just can't even imagine. Well, that's how good of friends she and I were. And, you know, she moved away before I got sober. And then when I got sober, after she moved back, so she moved back to move in with me and my boyfriend. So we would have moved in, that would have been like when I was like a year and a half sober. She was so supportive of me. And then we lived together for two years? Yeah, we shared an apartment, the three of us, for 2 years. And then she met a band. She went on tour, followed a band, and she ended up falling in love with this guy that's in a band, and they got married, and then they moved to Brooklyn, and they lived in Brooklyn for a while, and now they live in Germany. And every once in a while, she'll email me and I'll hear from her. But a couple of years ago, we talked on the phone. But I haven't talked to her, like, really talked to her in years, you know? And I don't know, it's just hard. It's like, you know, as I get older, I think I've talked to her once since my mom passed away. because she was really close with it. She knew my mom really well. And she had like seen a video that I had done or something. She was like Google searching me, and she found like a video that I had done where I was like talking about my mom or something, because she like was like, I didn't know that your mom had passed away, and I'm really sorry, and I miss you. And but you know, I think it's like part of, unless you live, I think unless you live in a really, really small town, because I do have friends of mine that live in very small towns in Indiana, that like people don't really ever move away, or if they do, they come back for holidays and they stay with their family in that small town. So you're still gonna see those people like once or twice a year, right? But like in a city like Indianapolis, like this is a very kind of like transitional city, so to speak. Like, you know, there are a lot of people that like will come from like, let's say, you know, Ohio and go to school at Indiana University, then move to Indianapolis for their first job, but like then their second job or boyfriend or girlfriend will take them, you know, like out of state to like California, Washington, Denver, you know, Washington, D.C., New York, or whatever. So it's kind of like Indianapolis is the in-between stop for a lot of people. And I've had so many people come and go out of my life, and at some point it's just kind of sad. It's kind of like, well, like, you know, it's hard because like Tanya and I were talking about this today. It's like you get to a point where you don't really have the emotional investment to continue to make friends, because you're like, it's a lot of work to get to the point of trusting somebody again. And, you know, but at the same time, it's like that's something I crave so deeply, is new friendships. Alex is very, very good at meeting new people, and I'm just not, you know, and like Alex can meet somebody out and like become like their like a friend for the night, and then they're like texting for like the next week straight. I'm like, who are you texting? He's like, oh, Judy Smith. Remember we met that one night? I'm like, no, I don't remember Judy Smith. He's like, yeah, we stood there and we talked for like 10 minutes. I got her number. We become like best friends. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm not like that. And maybe I used to be a little bit, but I'm not so much anymore. And I don't know. The thing is, I do want to have friendships like that. But like, I feel like in my personal life, other than Tanya, and I think a lot of it had so much to do with timing of where like our lives interconnected, you know? But in my personal life, it's like everybody's like, it seems like people just don't have time for friendships anymore. You know what I mean? I think that's why sometimes it's more convenient to make friends like online. Like, I ask a lot of people to go do stuff, you know, other than just Tanya. And people will be like, well, I'm really... I have one friend of mine, like Melissa's a good example. I love Melissa, but she legit is so busy. She has stuff that she is doing all the time with her dog rescue and things like that. I mean, she's just is very, very busy. I have another friend of mine, she's always like, she'll text me and she'll be like, I miss you so much, I want to get together and we need to go do this, we need to go do that. I'm like, okay, let's go do it. And then she'll say, my schedule is completely open this week. And I'm like, let's go do it. And then like 2 days later, because Tanya's friends with her too, and she'll be like, oh, did you know so-and-so, she left for Florida today? And I'm like, we're supposed to do something this week. And she's like, oh, well, she's boarding. She boarded her dog. She brought her dogs in. And she's like, she's so excited. She's like, I was like... So then a week and a half later, she'll like text me and she'll be like, I'm back. And I'm like, well, you didn't even tell me that you were going. I thought we were doing lunch this week. And I'm like, okay, just let me know a good day. So, she's cute though. It's funny. I miss the days of just having like, you know, I've had periods in my life where, you know, I've had that friend that I go get, like, for coffee, and then, like, we drive around for, like, an hour in the middle of the day, you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, maybe I'll make more of those. More Good Judy applications. Fill out the Good Judy application linked below the video. Basically, you just have to want to be my friend. And be available. Those are the 2 requirements. If you think that you can, and live in Indiana, because I can't fly anywhere, although I am planning a trip to LA. A little trip to LA, I'm planning. But if you do have, would like to fill out that application, it's linked below. No, it's not. I'm not serious. Don't be commenting and being like, oh my God, Peter's so desperate for friends. I can't find the application. Where's the application? He said it would be linked below. I'm so bad about saying I'm going to link something and then I don't link it. I always say that I'm going to do that. Like, that's like, as a YouTuber, it's like one of the worst things. It's a good thing I don't have affiliate codes, right? If I had affiliate codes, man, I wouldn't be making any money off of them. I have had actually some people, I actually had somebody contact me today about doing an affiliate code for this channel specifically, and I didn't understand why it was this channel. Like, it didn't make any sense to me, right? And it was this software company, and basically they wanted me to like talk in my video, to just kind of like work it into my video somehow. That they said in there that I didn't have to lie, that I could say it was just, I was trying it out, but it was like this software program. I didn't even understand what it was, right? But like, if you went and bought one, I got $5 for every time you signed up. But then when I went to go look at it, it was like literally like $49.95, and I'm like, okay, no, I'm not doing this. Like, I cannot get people to have to go spend $50 just so that I can make $5 off of that, okay? Now, I know there's some people out there that want to do that, but I'm not in all that. I'm not saying like I wouldn't do sponsored videos. I haven't done it in a long time, but like, I have to really like be able to kind of get behind the brand. Like, it either has to be something like I'm interested in doing, or like, I've been wanting to do this teeth whitening thing for a long time anyway. And Alex, like, the person that he goes to is like, oh, she'll cut you a deal, you need to go to her, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, okay. So, but this teeth whitening program reached out to me, and so I was like, well, maybe, you know, but then that went by and I didn't. I'm just not very business savvy when it comes to the YouTubes. I'm just not. Do you guys know that song Roots? It's something like, there's a dance version of it, but it goes, I got some roots in my home. Okay, I have that song stuck in my head right now. I played it for Alex today because I downloaded it the other day because it's going to be my new gym workout song. I got the extended version of it, which is like 6 minutes long. And I said, have you heard this song before? And he goes, no. And so I started playing it for him. I go, do you like it? He goes, no, not really. Oh, it's going to stop. Hold on. Okay, it did finally stop because I couldn't find the stop button. When I don't want to find the stop button, I stop it. And when, anyway, but I go, do you like the song? He goes, no, not really. Oh, well. Not everybody has to like the same things. See, that's how the world works. I'm like wondering, like, at what, like, I am so, like, my needle, put the needle on the record, my needle is so close to the absolute empty line. I'm like, how far down do you have to go? Like, how low can you go? I'm losing it. How low do you have to go down until, like, the gas light comes on? Don't you think that's kind of weird? I don't know. Oh. You darn camera. You silly camera. Silly goose. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. So what are your goals for 2019? I want everybody to list one goal, one measurable goal, okay? Like, I'm gonna read, oh, I set my Goodreads goal again. Are you ready? I set it for 100 books. I'm gonna do it this year though. I really am. I'm reading Sadie right now in my audiobook, and I'm reading The Quickie by James Patterson, which should be a quickie to read, but I started it like a month ago and I still haven't finished it. So I want everybody to list one book that they are going to read in the comment section below. One book you're gonna read for 2019? No. Yes, you should do that. You should. Everybody that watches my vlog should make a commitment that they're gonna read one book in 2019. What is gonna be the one book that you're gonna read in 2019? And if you're like a booktuber or whatever, like just pick some random book. But if you're somebody that doesn't read a lot, I want you to try to read just one book in 2019. Make a commitment. It can be a short book. It can be XO Ox, which is like 30 pages, children's book that I actually read and put in my Goodreads last year. It can be anything, okay? It can be The Places You Go. Like that is a really inspiring, you know, book by what is that, Dr. Seuss? Yeah, so see, I mean, but you should really try to read something like a little bit more than that. So I want you to make that. Oh, look at the stupid camera. And then I want you to list below one measurable goal that you want to achieve in 2019, okay? It can be your dream big goal, it can be your realistic goal, it can be whatever, but one dream that you want to achieve in 2019. And then I want everybody to put blue hearts and a peace sign emoji. Flood them if you made it to this point in the video. And I am gonna pull in here and put gas in my car because I have no idea like where I'm at on gas. And then I'm gonna listen to my audiobook a little bit and go home and go to bed because I have my training session in the morning. So I'm gonna cut this a little short. I said 30 to 40 minutes and I think it's actually a little bit longer than that. So gas is $1.95 and with my 3 cents off, you know, that means it's $1.92. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't do math. I'm really bad at math, you guys. It's $1.92. So yeah. All right, you guys, I will see you later. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. I hope you are, unless you had to go back to work. I don't know, did you have to go back to work? So, all right, you guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.